Welcome to the MFS Wellness Podcast, a hybrid structure encompassing health, fitness, self-improvement, and entertainment, where no topic is off limits and all opinions are graciously welcomed.
Let's get on with the show!
And now, here's the host of the show, Mike Sinopoli.
This is the MFS Wellness Podcast. I am Mike Sinopoli. We are here in middle October 2023, and that means Halloween is right around the corner. And Halloween means lots of different things. It means the kickoff to the holidays. It means candy, costumes, trick-or-treating, scary shit, all kinds of weird stuff. Now, I don't know how you feel about Halloween, but I love it. I happen to really adore this time of year, especially since I had kids and they got really into it as well. But I must admit, even if I didn't have kids, I've always loved this season. I even have a jack-o'-lantern tattooed on my arm. That's kind of how it goes. And my next tattoo underneath that, on the sleeve, it's actually not my next appointment, but it's actually my next one on the sleeve is going to actually be Frankenstein's monster. And if you want to know why I'm going to go ahead and do that, I was laying in bed, put my daughter to sleep, and we were talking. That's what we usually do. And she loves Halloween. My daughter, Daniela, she absolutely loves it, and it's so adorable. I really believe I was responsible for a lot of that. But all good, all good. Her excitement is worth every minute of it. So she's like, hey, Dad, you love Halloween, and your middle name is Frank. You should get a Frankenstein tattoo. And I'm just like, okay. See, after you get a few tattoos, some of you out there are probably very just like, you're already tatted up all over the place. You don't need to hear this, but I only started up about 2.5 years ago. And the addiction is real, and you kind of stop giving too many shits about how particular things are, and you just go with it. You realize, hey, you know what? There's a significance behind this. Let's do it. So because my daughter said that, I'm going to go ahead and add that into the sleeve, and it's going to look great. I also kind of looked into it a little bit further, the whole plot with Frankenstein's monsters, kind of about how humanity shouldn't try to play God and create something because it can blow up in your face. And I kind of believe that. And weirdly enough, we're sort of drifting that way as a society, in my opinion. People are trying to play God in so many different ways. It's very alarming, but that's neither here nor there. So with Halloween, with this being a wellness, a fitness, self-improvement type thing that I do here, I should probably touch on something related to that here before we get into the fun stuff. So what I think, is Halloween. So we like shit in this country, right? We know that. It's not even like a secret anymore. We eat like complete shit here in the United States of America. And it's just kind of ingrained in our society and our culture and how fast we move. We're always working. We don't think about eating. We just go wherever there's a drive-through. We go wherever there's a counter, we can grab something. We just have to eat so we can keep going and look busy and do our thing and act important. That's what we do. That's the culture. So what is good about Halloween here? Now, yeah, it's a holiday that's about eating a bunch of fucking candy, right? A bunch of sugar, a bunch of empty calories. I can play the lame ass fuck and say Halloween's terrible for everyone. It loads your house with shit and sweets and candy and just lets you just dive right into the holiday season and just take 2 months and gain about 15 pounds, which most people tend to happen to do. And you know what, though? I'm not going to shit on that. I think I can, but I think it's our day-to-day diet, our day-to-day, the way we eat, the lack of movement we have. That's the problem, not Halloween. Halloween is not the problem. If there's one day where you're going to go ahead and gorge on a little bit of candy, let it be Halloween, And I know the stuff lingers in the house and it sits there, but whatever. You're in control of yourself. Don't eat it after the holiday. Throw it in the garbage if you want. It was fucking free. You got it from your neighbors. Ringing doorbells and shit. And I think it's good for kids nowadays to go trick-or-treating. I think trick-or-treating is actually a very good little exercise for them. Like, they don't get out of the house anymore. They're all on their tablets. They're all sitting around playing with their ass. What does it do? Like, literally, what are the youth not doing? They don't move and don't go talk to people. What a great little excursion this is for them to go trick-or-treat. Not only do you get to walk around the neighborhood, get fresh air, and you get to go face-to-face and ring doorbells and talk to human beings, not through a screen. And then they give you fucking candy for doing it. It's not a bad thing. I think I'm going to go trick-or-treating this year. I think so, because I think that's just what we do. That's what I do in my day job. Sales gigs. You just go inside, you walk in, you talk to people you don't even know. That's a fucking great way to kind of groom these people to get into the fucking workforce and start doing some shit. Because every which way I turn, nobody wants to do nothing. I go in and out of places, and people are like, they can't find people who want to do any work. I don't know. I see both sides to it, but, we got to do something about it. These kids, I sound like an old fucking man right now, but these fucking kids, they don't want to do shit. They just want to sit around and be a YouTube star and make $2 billion like that little annoying prick Ryan who sits around playing fucking toys on his countertop screaming with his weird dad who just says a bunch of nonsensical bullshit we can't understand, and they make millions. They have toys at Walmart. It's disgusting. This is who people want to be like. It's crazy to me. I'm sorry. Everyone, 999 out of 1,000 people, I don't even know, are not going to be a YouTube sensation. I'm sorry. Everyone that tries it, they're just not going to fucking do it. Give it a shot, but don't fucking make it your whole life. Fucking do that. It's garbage, man. So anyways, I think trick-or-treating is a very good exercise. Very good thing to do. So it's a nice little tradition. I don't think it should stop. I'm glad that it's back. I remember a few years ago, I was petitioning for everyone to get out there and do it because of that bullshit pandemic crap where everyone wanted to hide inside their house and not look at anybody. I mean, I get not wanting to do that in general, but hey, you know what? We gotta do something here. So anyways, that is my little rant to start this one off. So do I think Halloween is a good thing? Absolutely. Trick-or-treating, have a little candy, enjoy it. That's what you got to do. Not every day needs to be a strict, rigid bunch of shit where you're just, eating chicken, broccoli, and rice. I get it. So Halloween comes around, obviously, every October 31st. And it says among people who celebrate Halloween, 96% will buy Halloween candy. So the candy market, the market for candy and chocolate, it will skyrocket around this time of year. Big time. This is from TitleMax.com. They have a bunch of through candystore.com. They did an analysis of Halloween candy sales data here, and they've thrown out some stats. I'm going to read the interesting ones because some are kind of boring. How much do Americans spend on Halloween candy? On average, $30.40, which doesn't seem very much to me. That's not bad. Let's see here. Most people get their Halloween shopping done, whether that be candy or costumes, I guess, in the first 2 weeks of October. It makes sense. The calendar flips. You see the October month hit, and you know what that concludes with, which would be Halloween. And what candy sells the most on Halloween? Well, I'm going to tell you that in a little bit. Where to go? Okay, so where do you want to go trick-or-treating? You got to go to Oregon, okay? Oregon, it is standard for trick-or-treating in Oregon, supposedly, according to this, that they give out full-sized candy bars, not those little snack-sized mini bullshitters. They give you the real deal, the whole thing. In 2021, Halloween candy sales reached $324 million in the United States, and it's up from 48% from the previous year. However, that was 2020, which was, you know what, COVID. Everyone's favorite little excuse for everything. COVID did it. COVID. Everything, man. Why are your tits so saggy? COVID. Why do you got that wheeze in your breath? COVID. Everything. Why'd you spend all that money on that alcohol? COVID did it. Fucking COVID did it. Remember that. It's always the excuse. You can use it for anything. Just text your boss and say COVID. Boom. You don't have to do nothing that day. You get paid. It's great. Some things were not that terrible from the pandemic, but I'll tell you what was. Those stupid QR codes on the menus at restaurants that they don't even give you a fucking menu anymore. You got to go use your phone and click it and just go to the website. That's all it is. I don't blame them for doing it because it's smart, because they can update their menu without having to print anything. I couldn't stand that. I can't stand that shit. I don't know why. It's just, I guess I'm old school like that, and I think we spend too much time on our phone. All right. More than 50% of parents stash away some Halloween candy to enjoy later in the year or week. I don't know where they get that stat from, that it seems pretty accurate to me, I'm sure. I'm sure we're all stealing from our children after this. Bunch of thieves. That's for sure. All right. How many people trick-or-treat in the United States? According to the American Census Bureau, around 41.1 million children ages 5 to 14 go trick-or-treating. Unbelievable. So let's get to the candy. The top Halloween candies, according to candystore.com, 14-year analysis sales from 2007 to 2021. Number 10, believe it or not, is candy corn. I don't know. I mean, I think that just kind of goes along with the theme of the holiday. Candy corn just goes with it. Nobody really fucking likes it. But, and people are probably cheap, and it's cheap. So, hey, that's why it's made the list. Tootsie Pops, number 9. Shocker there. Didn't think that would make it. Snickers are number 8. No surprise there. Actually thought it might be a little higher. Number 7 are Hershey Kisses. Easy to hand out. Number 6, Sour Patch Kids. And if you live in the state of Illinois like I do, unfortunately, that is the number 1 candy that is purchased in the state for Halloween. Sour Patch Kids. That's our number 1. They have every state here. And Sour Patch Kids, they show up more than once. They're pretty popular. Number 5 is Hot Tamales. Now, that's different to me because I don't normally see anyone eating hot tamales. Maybe Texas, let's see. I'm guessing right now. Texas says Starburst. Hot tamales, Virginia, North Dakota. Those are 2 of them that I see that buy hot tamales by Arizona. No surprise. Okay, I can see Arizona doing it with the, the bordering to Mexico and all that. So that makes a little bit of sense, but did not expect that to be there. Number 4, Starburst, one of the most garbage candies you'll ever have, but not the worst. I'll get into that later. Number 3, M&M's. Now, I wonder if they've looped all the M&M's or grouped them all together as number 3. Like, does that include peanut M&M's? Does that include the peanut butter M&M's? Or is that just a standard regular chocolate M&M's? I don't know, but that's what it says. Number 2 is Skittles, and that's a travesty. Yeah, those things aren't very good. And number 1, Reese's Cups. Now, no surprise at all right there. So those are just some Halloween stats, candy related. And to go back to the Sour Patch Kids, they are in Illinois. We go with pounds sold, 162,000 pounds of Sour Patch Kids in Illinois. Crazy to think about 162,000 pounds of Sour Patch Kids. So, anyways, then I took to Instagram. I don't do social media very often any longer because I'm tired of it. And you know what? I'm creeping back in a bit, and I here and there in moderation. I do a lot of things where I creep back in. I get rid of it for a while, and I creep back in. Did it with booze. And I really still think that's something I should abstain from, and everyone really should. But here and there, a glass of wine has been enjoyable, and I'm not too against it. But I'm back a little bit on Instagram taking some polls, and I did that the other day, and I'm going to give you the results of those right now and my nonsensical bullshit commentary along with it. So my first poll that we put up here was take your pick, obviously, of these. I did Mounds, Almond Joy, and they both suck. So those were the 3 options. Now, only 5% of the gallery voted for Mounds. 47% said Almond Joy, and another 47%, said both suck. So the vast majority of you do not care for coconut, and if you do, you'd like an almond involved. Now, if you don't know the difference between Mounds and Almond Joy, obviously, it's not just the almond, but Mounds is dark chocolate, whereas Almond Joy is milk chocolate. Now, I don't know about you. I'm a dark chocolate guy. I also like almonds. Can you just make like a Mounds Joy for me? Because I would really like that. I would like the dark chocolate with the almond. Does that even exist? That might even exist. I'm not going to Google it right now because I don't care that much. But if it does and you're listening and you know that, message me because I'm going to go find that shit. And I think they should make that. I think it'd be really good. But according to this, they probably won't because nobody seems to like this coconut chocolate shit. All right, so that's the Mounds Almond Joy war, and clearly Almond Joy will take it, but most people will abstain from both. I did another one. Now, I did this Snickers, Milky Way, Three Musketeers. I did those because those usually seem to always come in that same variety pack. And I'll tell you, it's no surprise here. Snickers took it with 75% of the vote here. 18% went with Milky Way, and 7% went with Three Musketeers. Now, you 7% of people, I don't know where your taste buds reside and what's going on there, because Three Musketeers is nothing more than like chocolate-covered air to me, because there's like, it's so disappointing. It's like a minimalist made a candy bar and trying to sell it. And it's terrible because there's nothing in it. Like literally, some guy who doesn't want to spend fucking nothing. He just says, "I got chocolate and this weird pillow stuffing shit, and I'm gonna make it chocolate flavored. I'm gonna put it into chocolate, and that's it." Well, what about the peanuts, the caramel? Where's everything else? Where's the nougat? Where is it all? Snickers did it right. Three Musketeers sucks. I do like the packaging. It's nice and shiny and all that. It does look kind of cool. But the fucking thing sucks inside. I'll give it that. If you wanted to do the packaging of those three, Snickers, Milky Way, and Three Musketeers, Three Musketeers takes the cake there with the packaging. That's what I'll give them. They're marketable as far as that goes. I bet you a lot of people buy it because it's very shiny and cool looking, especially that one that says, "Ooh, Midnight Three Musketeers" and all that. Fucking horrible, though. You know, what a waste of time. Anyways, next up. Now I did one that was kind of like the little pieces, you know, the small little ones here. So it's M&M's, Skittles, and Reese's Pieces. So I was not too surprised by this. M&M's gets 39% of the vote. Skittles only 13%, and the winner is Reese's Pieces, 48%. Now, we know something about our society from these polls, and from what we read earlier, is that peanut butter is a big fucking deal for people. I mean, Reese's Pieces is over almost half the votes here, and Clear Cut Peanut Butter Cups number one. So that's something. Now remember, folks, peanut butter is not a good source of protein. Because this is a health and fitness kind of podcast still, remember? And now peanut butter is not a good source of protein, because there's for 2 tablespoons, which is 1 serving, you're going to get about 190 calories, 16 grams of fat, and only 7 grams of protein. To hit your protein target through peanut butter, you will gain so much fat on your body, because that is all high calorie, high fat. So it's not saying don't eat it, but it's not a protein source. So not that you're eating Reese's Pieces or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups for your protein sources. If you are, please immediately call me so I can help you, because that is not the way we want to do things. All right, this one wasn't really a poll here, but we're going to move along. Okay, so a house is going to get a trick if they hand out this candy. So basically what I'm asking here, if you go trick-or-treating and you get this candy, you're pissed off. You're fucking mad. You don't want to be friends with these people. You're probably not going to want to associate with them ever again. So here are the responses. Marcy Nevin says black licorice or Mike and Ike's. People don't like black licorice. Never heard too much hate for Mike and Ike's. But anyways, let's see here. Mandarin 1203 says candy corn. Shocker. And I'm sure we're going to see that again. Elizabeth Ann, Liz Kondracki, Tootsie Rolls. I have to agree with you there. Tootsie Rolls, one of the worst candies I've ever seen. 2 people, Celeste Yang and Susan Jablonski, said Good and Plenty. Now, I forgot about Good and Plenty. I never see it anywhere. And it's not very good. So, Good and Plenty, it's not good. And apparently, it's not plenty either. I don't even see it. I don't even know. Didn't even know it still existed. I don't. Unless it just blends into shit, because I don't care about it. Let's see here. Sue Ellen Wilson, she says raisins. Now, I don't know if that's candy, but if someone's going to hand out boxes of raisins, yeah, let's break some windows, tear out their mailbox, maybe set them on fire. I don't care. Fucking raisins, man. Nobody wants raisins. What Up Pow says razor blades. Wow, we're getting sadistic here. Now, you know what? If they actually gave me like a little package of razor blades, like those like 4 packs of Mach 3s or whatever the hell that's called, I would be ecstatic, because that shit's expensive, and I shave my head all the time and my face and everything. I would be thrilled. I would be going back and forth to that place, getting all the razor blades and just shaving everything off of my body. I hate body hair, all of it. So I don't care. I don't care if it's manly or not. It's body hair sucks. Leah S says chips. Okay, you don't want chips. I mean, I don't see a problem with it, but if you would be mad to get potato chips of sorts, I mean, if I went trick-or-treating, got a bag of Doritos or even some Funyuns of sorts, I wouldn't be too upset. I'd be like, that's different. I got a little salt with my candy. Right? The Lycan Reviews, my guy, candy corn. Another vote for candy corn. So, as you can see, the candy corn is a confusing piece of candy, of whatever they call it. I hate to call it food, but I guess it is food. But, it's kind of showed itself on the top 10 list at number 10 that we saw. But it also is being hated on, deservedly so. Nobody likes it. I just think it's synonymous with the season, so it just shows its face. It's just kind of there. It's like the herpes of Halloween. It just shows up once in a while. Anyways, speaking of that, Ashley, no, she doesn't have herpes. I don't know. Ashley Bell says ball sacks. LOL, no clue. So she would not want to get ball sacks for trick-or-treating. You imagine that? You're going through your kids' candy, just checking everything. Snickers, Almond Joy, Skittles, severed scrotum, Twix. Oh, what the fuck is that? There's a bloody scrotum sitting in your kids. Can you imagine that? Sitting in your kid's Halloween bag? Mommy, what's this? It's a shower cap. Leave it alone. But anyways, okay, so she says she would not want to get ball sacks, and I would agree. DJ Wetton, pencils or raisins? Again, raisins. People do not like raisins. Now, I don't think there's any candy bars that affiliate with raisins. Like, is there a raisin-themed candy bar? I'm sure there's something that exists, maybe a granola bar type thing. Yeah, I wouldn't want a pencil either, especially one of those stupid, mechanical pencils. All you do is click, click, break, click, click, break, click, click, break. Give me a number 2 pencil. That's fine. Something to fill my Scantron in with. Real sharp. You remember that? That was one of the most satisfying parts of school, when you got a Scantron test and then you just had that real sharp pencil and you just knew the answer and just had it right in the circle perfectly, really dark, not leaving any white marks showing. You just could not get it outside the line, and if you did, you'd be pissed off at yourself, even though the Scantron reader would be fine. It's awesome to fucking do that kind of shit. I kind of miss it. I'm going to take a Scantron test. I'm just going to buy the paper and the pencil and just do it myself when I sit around. Fuck it. Annie gets guns. Candy corns. She pluralized it. Either way. Just Christine Christie. She also says candy corn. The whole Carrie redhead. Candy corn with the vomit and barf emojis next to it. While eating bread. Does not want black licorice from anybody. She says no black licorice. Brad Nolan. He doesn't want Peeps. I don't know who's handing out Peeps for Halloween. That's an Easter thing. But I would imagine that they're very stale by the time they're being handed out for Halloween if they were left over from Easter back in March or April. Becky DeStefano, number 2. She also says raisins. This is the third person that says raisins. Who the hell is giving raisins out? That this many people are calling for tricks against people who want to hand out raisins. I don't blame them. Karen Sion, candy corn. Jamie H, 901, more candy corn. Melissa, 83, candy corn. So as you can see, candy corn is pissing people off all over the place. All right, back to a poll. You can only have one for the rest of your life. Twix, Kit Kat, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I think you're going to know what wins this, and it's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. 49%. 34% said Twix and 16% said Kit Kat. Now, for me, I would go Kit Kat on that. Dark chocolate Kit Kat, and I want you to put that thing in the freezer for me. That's the way I like to eat it. Dark chocolate Kit Kat right out of the freezer is the best candy in the world. My opinion, that's what I'm sticking with. Not a bad one here. I think Twix is very overrated. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, I can't argue with those. So, and I will take a peanut butter Twix over the caramel stuff for sure. Let's see. Okay, well, here's one. At this point, I don't even know. We've talked about candy corn enough. So which is worse? Because these are two of my least favorite. Candy corn or Tootsie Rolls? Personally, I would say Tootsie Rolls, but 67%, no surprise, said candy corn, and 33% said Tootsie Rolls. Now, I'm actually a little surprised after all we've read that 33% would pick Tootsie Rolls over the candy corns. I thought this would be like 90% to 10%, but it wasn't. All right, which is better, Twizzlers or black licorice? Again, we've already seen black licorice shit on a few times here, so no surprise here that Twizzlers gets 86% of the vote, where black licorice gets 14%. Now, I personally, I must be I don't know. I don't try to be different. I don't try to be outside of the majority. I really don't. Sometimes I feel like am I trying too hard? Because I'm always in the minority with stuff. Like, I would rather have black licorice than Twizzlers. I think Twizzlers are disgusting, and I strongly dislike them. All right, what are you dressing up as this year? Well, before I read the responses, I'll tell you what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a fucking inmate, and my younger daughter, Evangeline, is going to be a cop. So we're going to do a little tandem thing here. I will post photos. All right, Carter Fitness Coaching says Kingsley Shacklebot. I did not know who that was, but I Googled it before here, and it looks like something related to Harry Potter, I believe. British Pureblood Ministry Magic. Yeah, I'm not sure. Harry Potter character, yep. Okay, that's what that is. I think he'll do a good job. Liz Kondracki is going as Wendy Peppercorn. Now, if you've seen The Sandlot, you know who that is. So if you haven't seen The Sandlot, I would recommend putting that in because that's a classic baseball flick. Mind Body Jen is going as steampunk. Now, I don't know what that is, but I looked it up. Steampunk is a subgenre of science fiction that incorporates retro-futuristic technology and aesthetics inspired by, but not limited to, 19th century industrial steam-powered machinery. I don't know if that's what she means, and I don't know how the hell she's going to dress up like that unless she meant CM Punk, the wrestler, the loudmouth, who doesn't shut up, who went from cool to very annoying in a very short amount of time. You know, this isn't a wrestling podcast, and I don't even think she meant CM Punk, but I know he is an annoying son of a bitch. I used to say that guy was one of my favorite wrestlers when he started doing his thing. He started getting big. Boy, does he suck. Anyways, CM Punk blows. Anyway, all right, What Up Pow is back. He wants to go as you. You means me. I don't know what version of me he wants to go as and what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to shave his head, grow a beard, and complain about a bunch of shit. That sounds about right. Leah S. just sent me the emoji, the shrug. She don't know. We'll figure it out. Neither does FitFab Phillips. She says no idea and wants suggestions. Oh, lady, I don't know. I know she's a new mom, so I don't know what you want to do. Probably something with that little guy. It'd be cute. MG Fit Life. My guy is going as Mario. Now, I'm assuming that's Super Mario, not the R&B singer. I don't think anyone would know who the hell you are with him. So I'm assuming that's Super Mario. DJ Wetton says reverse cowgirl. Now, that's a sex position, not a costume. So I don't know how that works. I don't know. I guess send pics and keep them clean. Annie Gets Guns is back as she's going as Vampire Barbie. Dorothy Dottie Batogsky, that's her handle. She's going to be a witch. She is going to be a witch. Michael Priest 355. He's going as nothing. Come on. Michael Priest is going as nothing. This guy, if you know this guy, he's an animated motherfucker, and I think he can pull off a really good fucking costume. I think he's wasting some good potential by going as nothing and boycotting the fucking holiday. Dress up, Mike. All right. The whole Carrie Redhead, she's going as herself, so she's going to be walking around on Halloween as a redhead. Very nice. Very nice. Body by Yoli. She's going as Wednesday Addams. Great costume. My daughter, she went as that. Did a great job. She even didn't smile a lot. She was really in character. It was beautiful. While eating bread, she's just someone who's going to bed. So she is also going to be what people are for New Year's usually. So I like that. Go to sleep, leave a bowl of candy outside, and go to bed. Now, I don't know about you. When you were young, when it said, hey, here's a bowl of candy, they left it on the porch, did you just dump the whole bowl into your bag, or did you actually just take one or two? I was always the take one or two type. I was never that much of a dick. I felt like I was just ripping everybody off. And every other house has candy, so I don't know, I got to take everything from one person's bowl and make them look like assholes. It's not for me. Becky DeStefano, 2. She's going as an angry coffee shop worker like every other day. Oh, man. I tell you, Becky is a funny person. She has some great stories from her coffee shop. Just don't tell her to wear a mask. But anyways, Christina Nahal, who's my sister, is going as a butterfly. Karen Sione has not decided yet. All right, well, let us know when you do. And Melissa, 83, Reagan from The Exorcist. All right. Speaking of The Exorcist, nice segue there, Melissa. My next question was, what's your must-watch horror Halloween movie? So I'm going to tell you a few of mine before I read everybody else's. But you got to watch Terrifier, okay? Terrifier is a fucking great movie with a clown. Very terrifying, no pun intended. And also The Evil Dead. Those would be probably two of my must-watch movies for Halloween. Mind Body Jen says Scream. Can't go wrong with watching Scream. It's a classic. I saw it in theaters in 1996. That's how old I'm feeling right now. But Scream, I would watch the entire thing through. We did that one year here, and it was nice to go back and revisit it. I think a couple of years from now, I'll go back and watch them again. What Up Pow says Hocus Locus. I looked up Hocus Locus. I thought it was going to be some spoof or maybe some pornographic video he's into, but apparently he just typed it wrong. It looks like he meant Hocus Pocus, which we all know is a movie people are really into around this time of year. That's all right to watch. It's good. I remember watching it when I was younger, but I think it's a little overrated. But hey, you got to watch it, especially with kids. Leah S. is back. She says, none. I am a chicken. So she does not do horror movies. The Lycan reviews, Halloween. Can't go wrong with Michael Myers and the abundant amount of films that has kind of spiraled to. Ashley 2220, Ashley Bell. She was the one that doesn't want ball sacks in her Halloween bag. Can't blame her. Original Halloween, It and The Exorcist. Okay, very good. DJ Wetton, Practical Magic. I've not heard of that. Annie Gets Guns says Halloween. Dottie Batogski, Dorothy, says Hubie Halloween. Don't know that. Just Christine Christie says Hocus Pocus. The whole Carrie Redhead, who's not dressing up for Halloween, hates scary movies. Body by Yoli, The Babadook. Now, I watched that one. I got to watch that one again because I always hear great things about The Babadook. Man, I watched it once and I don't know what happened, but it did not click for me. Therefore, I will give it another chance. Oh, and I also thought of another movie off the top of my head that you got to watch. It's The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Another great Halloween movie. Another great scary, scary movie. While Eating Bread says Halloween. People like the movie Halloween. Michael Myers. All right. Becky DiStefano, when she gets home from yelling at people at the coffee shop, she's going to put on Nightmare Before Christmas. Can't argue there. I never knew. Is that a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie or a little bit of both? Kind of a good idea. Hey, this movie gets play, about 3-4 months of the year. Not bad. Melissa 83 says too many to pick. Thank you, Melissa, for telling us that. Wrigleyette, neighbor down the street, Halloween, and the House of 1,000 Corpses. Okay. And Heavy Hep, he chimes in with Hellraiser. Got to admit, Hellraiser is quite the flick. I do like Hellraiser. Very good movie. All right. And then I went to another couple of polls. 2 more here to close it up. Your favorite Halloween type character. I used emojis for this. Jack-o'-lantern, a ghost, a witch, or a skeleton. We had a tie at the top. 32% each for the ghost and the jack-o'-lantern. The witch got 12% and the skeleton 23%. Okay, and last but not least, and here's the most controversial of them all. Does the Christmas tree go up on November 1st? What do you think, folks? What do we think here? 74% say no. 26% say yes. I am on team no because I am sorry. I don't believe that we should be throwing the Christmas tree up right as we take down the skeletons and witches and cobwebs from Halloween. There's a 3-week period that leads up to a holiday called Thanksgiving. Now let's also just chill out because I'm not a Grinch. I love Christmas. I like it more than Halloween. And I want you to know that the reason why I think it's foolish to go ahead and start throwing up Christmas shit on November 1st is because by the time it's actually Christmas, are you not sick of the decorations, the songs, whatever else goes along with it? Haven't we had enough? Isn't it not special any longer? I say you put on Christmas music and your decorations Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Throw it up. That should be, everyone's off work that day. You're all fat and feeling like shit from the day before that. You know it. You're bloated. You don't want to do nothing. What a day to sit home and put some decorations up. Crack open some wine, put the decorations up on Black Friday. Don't go shopping unless you work in retail for whatever reason. You want to do that to yourself, go ahead. But fuck it, not for me. I think there should be a solid 3 weeks of something else that we can do that doesn't involve fucking intruding Christmas into Thanksgiving time. So that is just my personal belief. But anyways, do what you want. And no one's going to hate you for it. It's a friendly argument. Okay? So if you put your put your Christmas tree up on November 1st, relax. I'm not sitting here thinking you're a lesser person. You don't have to send me a bunch of hate mail or a bunch of mean tweets and texts. I don't have Twitter or X, whatever the fuck it is now. Anyways, that's it. That is all. I wanted to come on here and bullshit about Halloween. I had some fun interacting with some people, and I thank everyone for chiming in and voting and putting in what they think their little opinions are there. So we got some good stuff going there. So it is a couple of weeks before Halloween here. I'm sure I'll be back for another episode. I don't know what I'm going to do it on, but I have been trying to do a little more than just the old health and fitness stuff. I'll be honest with you. It feels as if sometimes I've talked about it so much. I have talked about it with people. I have put out things on social media. I see them. They're great. It's all great stuff. But at this point, it feels like sometimes you're just shouting in an empty hallway at people. And everybody has heard it all. And if they're going to do it, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask you. So anyways, I'm still doing nutrition stuff, and you can get a hold of me through either LinkedIn or Instagram at MFS Wellness. You can email me, mike@mfswellness.com. Still doing the nutrition thing, just not pushing it as hard through social media and trying to do some different stuff. Because after you do something for so many years, you get a little, I don't want to say burnt out from it, but it just sort of needs a minute to chill. So it's still all very important. Don't get me wrong. It's literally, to be serious for a second, it's literally one of the most important things you'll ever do. And you won't realize how important it is until sometimes it's actually too fucking late. Doesn't guarantee anything, which is also another diversion way people have for it, because it doesn't guarantee them a certain look, certain longevity of life, good health. Anything can happen. So, but I can guarantee you that it is the best way to go. It increases your odds. You will feel better, and you will thank yourself after you've learned to eat right, eat well, eat away from what our societal norms are showing us. Eat opposite from other people, please. Trust me, it can be done. And the diet culture is bullshit in most cases, and our food corporations are for profit. So everyone's trying to make a profit. You just got to kind of thread through that and see what it is. See what the reality is. That's what I try to expose and trying to drill into people's heads. So, but anyways, enjoy fucking Halloween too. Like the moderation thing, eat well, eat right until the 31st, and fucking have your candy and do what you got to do. I do a big thing. I have around Halloween they do the Saturday before Halloween, or if it doesn't land on the weekend, our town shuts their downtown down the streets, and all the businesses do hand out candy. So I decided and I kind of did this with this regular day of Halloween before, but now that I live a little further, I have family and some friends come out here, and we trick or treat through the downtown, and we all go back to my place for drinks and pizza and whatever else we want to do. So I kind of make Halloween a little informal holiday in itself, and I like it. So I'm going to keep that tradition going. But anyways, until we do the next episode, once again, thank you everyone for their participation here, and a special thank you to everyone who listens to me ramble and ramble and ramble. Until the next one, thank you.